Hey there, I'm Jennifer,
And I'm Jackie.
and welcome to Slightly Unsupervised. We're best friends, business partners in the chaos behind Bestimony, a ceremony we created to celebrate the kind of soulmates who don't come with a marriage license.
This podcast is all about that friendship energy, the deep stuff, the messy stuff, and the laugh to you snort stuff.
So whether you're driving, folding laundry, or hiding in your car for some peace and quiet,
You're in good company. Let's get slightly unsupervised. Today, how to help a woman through a marital crisis. Supporting your friend without losing yourself. One of the hardest things in the world is watching someone you love slowly break inside a relationship while trying to pretend they're okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to Slightly Unsupervised. Today we're talking about something incredibly important because at some point in life, almost every woman will either go through a marital crisis or love someone who is. And the truth is, when a woman's marriage starts falling apart, she's usually not just losing a relationship, she's losing stability, identity, security, routine, dreams, confidence, sometimes even herself. And as friends, it's hard to know what to do. Do you give advice? Do you stay neutral? Do you tell her to leave? Do you tell her to stay? Do you step in? Do you stay quiet? Today, we want to talk honestly about how to support a woman during one of the hardest emotional seasons of her life without judging her, controlling her, or abandoning her while she figures it out.
yeah. So I I asked Jackie if we could do this because I'm actually in the middle of this, and I really wanted to talk about it because I think it affects a lot of women. And there's a woman going through it, and then there's a woman on the outside trying to support somebody that is going through it. And I know Jackie has, went through a divorce and had
Right.
this and had to do pretty much on her own. Really, you did. And
I
I went
did.
through a divorce when I was much younger as well, and had to do that on my own a little bit too. So it's, we come with some wisdom for it, but there's the other side of it, which is the side where you're the support system for somebody that's going through it, and how to kind of navigate that in a way that you are supportive but not taking over sort of a role in that how do we navigate that. So we're going to lean heavily into this outline that we do today about it, because I think we we should give as much information as we can. I certainly am going to absorb this information as much as I can, because, as I have said, that I have somebody that I know going through this right now. And Jackie, before we get started, do you have anybody that you could think of? I know you had your own divorce, and we will probably touch base on that to some degree. But do you have anybody that went through a marital divorce that you were kind of in this position of trying to be supportive and understanding where your role was in that? Do you have any?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Actually, before I went through my divorce.
Okay.
So it was actually my sister-in-law
Oh, okay.
that I was very close to.
Yeah.
Um,
In
and
the same family unit that you were in. I mean, that was your core family
exactly.
unit. Yeah.
And I was watching her, and I actually, when I went through mine, I did not want to do what she did.
So you learned something
And
from that.
I learned something from it, and it was hard to give advice. I mean, I had to
Yeah, 'cause
stay
neutral.
away from saying it, and there was a lot of things that were going on because I was on both sides of it. I was close to my brother-in-law, and I was close to her, and I knew what was going on. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it was so hard.
Yeah. And you don't
And
wanna be like you don't wanna, like, I'm a person that'll take over your problem, be like, "I got this, we'll sort it out, we'll
mhm.
figure it out, let me just
Nope,
handle it." Because you can't do that, right? This is an
nope.
emotional situation, and you have to be like, "I don't know the inside of that marriage. I just am trying to be a good human right now and be supportive of you." But
Mhm,
I don't think women going through things alone is healthy either, right? Like, lean into some women. Women understand women's positions better. Women understand women's roles better. Women understand women's needs for emotional support more. That
mhm.
I think you got to find some women in your world when this is going through it. Men are okay, but they will fix your problem. You just solve the problem, and go on. Like, we've talked about
Mhm.
that many times in these podcasts, that women are different in this regard. So, anyways, all right. What women? Most women don't talk in the beginning. What women often hide their marital struggles for a long time before they say anything, and why? Because it's embarrassing, it's shameful. Your fear, you are protecting your family image. You're not wanting to hear "I told you so." There's a lot of confusion in the beginning, and you're hoping to improve. I mean, I'm listening to this because you and I have both been divorced, and I can
Mhm.
100% attest to that those are the things that you typically feel when
I
you are
do wanna add to it, though. I
sure.
think they
Okay.
should have added a financial instability because you
Yeah.
do worry about that,
Yeah.
and you wanna protect your children.
Right. Yeah. For
If there's
sure.
children involved, you definitely wanna, do that.
Yeah.
Um,
Women in particular will be very concerned about how the children behave or how the children
'Cause
are affected by it. Yeah.
you don't want any trauma, you don't want any, you know,
Right.
them just their family breaking up. You just worry about that. You want it to be perfect for them, and
Right.
you don't know what's gonna happen in the end, so
I know a lot of
I
women,
know
of
I was trying to protect my children.
course.
That's why I stayed the longest. That was mainly the children,
Right. Yeah.
and
There's a lot of women like we've said it before, women will self-sacrifice. It's in us. We were raised to be to self-sacrifice, The woman is always the one that makes the first changes or puts herself out there to have to endure the most pain because she holds a lot of but she feels the emotions, right? And gentlemen are
Mhm,
they're built differently. These are not things that are new. It's just the way that men are built. They don't think like that in terms of like not necessarily not that every man would be not concerned about his children. Of course he would, but they're just different. Women and men are different. But by the time she tells somebody, she's probably drowning emotionally. And that's the truth that
mhm.
you're not going to get somebody who's just pretty much talking about it in the beginning. She's now past a point where she's now considering this has got to be a marriage that's going to break down and you're getting involved later. And most women don't speak about their marriage breaks. They usually do it. They carry it alone anymore, really, and got to be mindful, watching out for people. I mean, we're around husbands and women all the time. I know you do too, Jackie. Like, I am a perceptive human, and I know when things are off. Does that make sense? Like, I'm like,
Mhm.
something feels weird in that one right there. Like, I don't have any proof. I could feel, you know, when something doesn't feel right to me. So,
Mine's not a feel as I'm getting older. I sit back and I listen more.
mhm,
I guess it kinda is the same way. It's just, like my husband says, I'm quieter than I used to be. I listen. Like
right,
before I talked a lot. And as I'm getting older, I listen so I can hear the little innuendos. I can hear like,
right,
couples when your things like things are off like that, behind under their breath, or you
right,
can hear when they're like when you're at a party and or a gathering, a family gathering, you can hear what someone's saying to another friend, or a neighbor. And it's
right,
like, well, that wasn't very nice to say about your wife to that person. You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Um, so
You're
yeah,
being more
that's
observant. You're in a more
yeah,
observant
I
person now.
am. It's weird. And then sometimes I'm just like, why am I just walk away? Don't sit there and keep listening. You
'Cause you're a
really don't
girl.
want to hear this. I know. And I don't want to hear it. Because then
Part of us wants to
I'm going
know.
home. So as I get in the
Yeah,
car, I tell my husband, blah, 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 blah.
I know. Ray
And
likes
he's
to
like,
talk, so he'll talk to you about it. I tell my husband, he's like, "What? I don't care." Like, anyways, the next part is don't immediately tell her what to do, right? So your
no.
friend, you can't jump in. You can't be like, "Leave him," you know, "You deserve better. He's trash." Like, these are not things you immediately tell somebody to do. Is just told you this. Like, I'm with you, girls. I'm like, dude's a moron. Let's get rid of him. Like, I'm willing to say it all day long, but it's an emotional time, and it's probably time for you to stand back and be like, all right, like, we need to let you have your emotions and process those way more than you need to hear my advice right now. And I have a harder problem with that, Jackie, because I am one of those people that wants to protect and fight and keep you safe and get you out of something. But you and I have been through marriages, and when you do tell somebody initially when that's sort of going through, I think what you just need is just someone to listen, right? And just kind of
Mm-hmm.
say, ask some questions, help you kind of process, like help a woman process, be like, well, what are you feeling? Like, what are you doing without judgment? If you could do that, if you could give somebody that, it's such a powerful experience to have because what she's really doing is she's talking through it with you and she is
Mm-hmm.
finding out on her own too as she's talking, like how many times have you had a conversation with somebody, Jackie, and you start saying something you've been thinking, but you're actually just processing what's been in your head the whole time, and you're saying it out loud, and then you hear yourself, and then you're like, okay, I see that differently now, or that looks different now that I've said it out loud, and I know more about what it is I'm feeling. Have you ever had that happen?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. It's like
Definitely. Believe me,
everything.
there was one person that I knew the other person was cheating, and it was just so hard trying not to say, because I know that person wanted to work it out with her husband, and it wasn't my place to say anything.
Right. Yeah, you
Um,
gotta be careful in these things.
yeah, but it's like I wanted to say, "Hey, no, he's a cheater. You just need to
Right,
leave."
right,
But that wasn't going to help me because I knew with her beliefs, her religion, everything is like she came from a place where, no, I'm going to work this out no matter what. I'm going to forgive him.
right,
We can make this work. So it's like
right,
I knew I needed to just sit back and not say anything and like just be there to listen.
right. Yeah.
And if it's going to work out, it's going to work out. But it wasn't going to help me by being the person that told what was going on.
Right,
But
and you can
believe
put
me,
your
it was eating me. It was killing me because as a friend,
Yeah, you wanted
I
to
feel
say.
like my place is to tell you,
Right,
but
right.
I knew deep inside I shouldn't because I know how she felt was
Say
because
it.
I felt that she knew, but she didn't want to say it either. Does
Oh,
that make sense?
she didn't wanna say she didn't wanna tell you, or she didn't wanna admit to herself
She
it
didn't
was
want to
happening.
admit it.
Yeah,
Like I think she knew everybody knew, but she didn't want to say it. So it was like, okay, then it's not my place to say it to you.
right,
Put it back out there for you. Like you're feeling it, but you want to work your family out,
right. Yeah,
right? You want to
and
make everything work.
yeah, and you
So,
don't know, like, you could step
mhm.
in, like, I could be like, "Let's fight, son of a bitch, I'll get rid of him, that guy's an asshole." In the meantime, what you're thinking in your head is, "I'm trying to make this thing work," and all of a sudden, I'm
Mhm.
an enemy, right? Now because I
Mhm.
have said the thing
Yep.
that has offended you and you haven't processed enough to know where you're going with this. So if I jump in with my opinions immediately and say this, and that, I now become enemy number one, even though
Yep.
I didn't mean to be,
And
because
they get back
I,
together, or they stay
yeah,
together, and then all of a sudden you lose that friendship with both of
yeah,
them.
yeah,
And
exactly.
I like the friendship. I mean, even though it would always be awkward, but it's still like if it's a good friendship, it's a good friendship.
Right, right.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
You've got to allow for some of that. You cannot just assume because somebody's unhappy they want to get divorced. Maybe they want to work on it. Maybe they're trying
Mhm.
to work on it. Maybe they're looking for some, ability from you to see, how did you work your marriage out? We always have a lot of
Mhm.
we have a lot of experience if you've been through a divorce, and some people know you've been through a divorce. They're looking for you to give them some points of view and some
And I don't have a problem if if some people, if someone cheats on you and you want to work it out, and you might have a better marriage after that. Some
right,
people can do that. So
right,
I'm not to judge. You know what I
right,
mean? That's your
right,
choice.
right.
So I don't want to be that person that chooses what you want to do with your marriage. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
might be stronger afterwards. Maybe that's great. So I don't want to be that the judge person. The person's going to judge and tell
right,
you what you should do.
right,
I'm more power to you. That's awesome. You
right,
know what I mean?
right,
Whatever makes your marriage stronger. That's how I
right.
look at
Yeah,
it.
I think that the point of this is not to force your timeline onto a healing
Mhm.
either. Like, don't I'd shut up immediately. Shut up. Like,
Mhm.
unless you ask specifically about, if somebody like I'm in this situation right now. This is why we're doing this. But like, if somebody says, "Well, do you think he's controlling?" That's a narrative that you're like,
Mhm.
I'm going to answer it because you asked me. Yeah, guy's controlling. You can tell he's controlling. He's probably a narcissist. Like,
Mhm.
at least, like, if they ask specifically, I think it's okay to give some information. It's just projecting on
Right.
them, like,
Exactly.
so, someone might be looking for some clarification, they might need some support on that, and I believe in that circumstances, give them some information that they're asking, and then end it. Don't be, like, going on forever about it, like, give them some time because there's a lot of time in the beginning. You've been through divorce, I've been through divorce, no, you don't know. It's like, you're not just getting divorced, you're changing your entire life, right? Your
Yeah.
entire life is changing, not in a normal way. It's not like tomorrow my life keep going on without this human. An entire adjustment happens. And so it's scary and it's rough and women, we need time to process that and they need time for someone just to be there and just not overcomplicate it and just give them a soundboard, somebody that can just be like, here's what I think. If you ask me specifically, I'll give you my answers. If you just need to talk, I'll talk. I'm not going to give you what I think you should do. And you should, I really don't think you should know, give somebody what they should do. This person that I'm in with right now, she told me about something and I met with her last week and we talked about it more. But I said to her, and this is probably there, and I'm like, when you're strong enough, you'll know and you'll be able to do something. You're working on it and you're getting better, but you need strength for this and you're not strong enough right now to do this. So whatever it is you think you're going to do, you need some you need some strength within to do it. And I nobody can give you that. You have to come to terms with it. And Jackie, of anybody who knows that you need some strength to do something is you when you were in a relationship that you had to divorce from, that you had to find your internal strength. Everybody couldn't do it for you. You had to come to terms with it, right? Like I
Mhm.
tried before she got married to end that because I could see the writing on the wall to some degree. Although, you never know.
And
You
we
could
were
have
a
just
lot young. We
we
were
were younger.
immature, so
Yeah.
we didn't know how to,
No.
yeah,
No,
say
for sure.
anything. Yeah,
But
definitely.
but it took your strength, right?
Mhm.
You had to get strong enough. Everybody around you could tell you, but until you were ready, you couldn't
Yeah.
do anything any faster than you could come to terms with it. Like, you have to come
Yeah.
up with some strength, and that's what I keep telling her. I'm like, "Keep going to your therapist, keep working on yourself because you seem to be somebody who needs to find your strength." They've been married since she was 19 years old. She's, like, our age, right? So that's a long
Mhm.
time to be under something that has been
And
your
that's kinda what happened to me, but
Yeah,
luckily I was in my 30s,
right.
so
Yeah,
but I had to totally get away. I mean, I literally had hit bottom and then get away from him for like a month to
right,
figure it out. Like I had to hit bottom and just get away. And I
right,
mean, I even had his own family saying that to me, like to get
right,
away. Like that's pretty bad.
right. But that's what you need. That's what she needs. She can't get away.
Mhm.
Somebody just keeps clinging to her and she just can't there's no movement for her. So,
Mhm.
it's hard. So, what actually helps a woman in crisis, I think it's as important. These are practical support matters. Check in and around
Mhm.
consistently. Help with her kids if she needs it. Get her out of the house. This is my role
Mhm.
right now. I get her out of the house. She calls it jail. We'll get her out of jail for a while. You can bring her food. You can sit with her. I think sitting with her is so important. There's somebody else there. Help her organize her thoughts. I did that. I was with this person yesterday. I did a lot of that. I'm like, well, what happens before that? What happens? Like, organize your thoughts. Help her start to feel like a human again. Like, there's life after this. Like, all I can do is say I've been through this, and there is life after this, and you just have never had any life experience on your own. And today's day and age, even with my kids, I'm like, get some life experience before you get into a marriage because you need to know what you're capable of and because people jump into marriages too soon. I feel like, especially kids, end up in these situations where they've never had a minute by themselves. They don't know anything about. We had at least that, Jack. We were on our own quite young, so
Yeah.
especially
That was my
you.
friend Kathy. Kathy would like get me out.
Did she
Mhm. She would
divert some
always like
attention?
check on me and be like, "Come on, we're gonna do something," or she'd even just come over to the house
Right,
so I
right,
wouldn't be alone. And then as soon as
right.
you get home, she's like, "I gotta go."
Yep.
But she'd just be there, just to
Hmm.
keep me like not, keep my sanity. Like, you're not gonna be the Stepford wife. Right now, you're gonna have fun, and then when he gets home, okay, I'm out of here. Let's go.
Right,
I'm gonna go. But hey,
right.
you just had some fun, you
But
know.
maybe she gave you a little bit of hope that life
Mhm.
it gave you contrast, right? It was like some
Mhm.
fun, and then there was like, "Oh, this is what I got myself into." Fun, somebody that's giving you
Yep.
love and support, and then, "Oh, this is what I get into." So contrast can be good for that, I think.
Mhm.
So, um, here's one that I have to work on always. Don't make her marriage your identity. So
Mhm.
I want to rush into help. I just do. It's my nature.
Yeah.
It's a blessing and it's a curse. It is for me. So don't get too over involved, emotionally consumed by it. Don't get angry for her. She's got to come with her own anger, right? I've said this. Like, you'll find your
Mhm.
strength when you do. When the anger comes out, you'll know. And don't invest in the outcomes. Invest in the outcomes can be a problem. you can really get yourself sideways with a friend when you are thinking, you need to get divorced, you need to get divorced, you need to get divorced because this guy's a jerk, this guy's a jerk. And then she's like, I think I love him and I'm going to stay. And you're like, what?
Yeah, you can't do that.
You cannot do that, y'all. So walk beside somebody, but don't drag them around. Like, you're just there to help. And there's a loneliness in crisis, in the marital crisis, a woman in crisis affects your confidence, your femininity, your identity, your emotional safety, your future planning, your self-worth. Let me tell you, a good man will make you feel like nothing. No one's going to love you. No one's going to take care of you. Nobody wants you and your kids. Nobody thinks, all the things that a guy will tell you or make you feel that if you don't stay with him, these are the things that will happen to you. And Jackie can probably identify with this. And
Yeah.
you start to believe him. And all we can do and all I can do for the person I am involved with, because she's been with this guy since she's 19, she has no life. She went from her parents' house to his control. So all I can say is that there's a whole other life out there, y'all. Like, even if it isn't the most blissful and you don't find somebody else the rest of your life, you might find that what you want more than happiness is peace, right? That's what I say. I said, you don't want happiness. You just want some peace. Like, you want to just wake up and it's not a crisis every day.
Yeah, start with peace and happiness
Peace.
comes.
Yeah. You can't have happiness if you don't really have any peace in your life. So, help her rebuild her strength. That's all you can do. You can just keep reminding her she's in survival mode. This friend of mine's in survival mode. She's clearly in survival mode, and just help her laugh, reconnect, like talk about something else a little bit sometimes too, like give her something, like your friend Kathy. We just talked about that, Jackie. Your friend Kathy came over and she'd spend some time with you, right? And you probably felt like some relaxation, some like joy. And then she's like, okay, Mr. What's his name's home. I gotta go. And then the contrast would be there. Be like, shit, this is what I want out of this. There's got to be something better. I mean, did you think that? Like, there's got to be something better than this. Yeah, that's how I feel. I think any woman feels when she's in that situation.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to give you some pointers, and kind of read through that. So we'll go into our bestie rapid fire questions. Jackie, you start.
What's the biggest mistake people make when helping friends in crisis?
I think the biggest mistake is voice your opinion too soon. Be careful.
Yeah. I put immediately trying to fix the problem or offering unsolicited advice.
Yeah. I'm
sure.
good at doing that, so I gotta be mindful. I gotta keep my mouth shut sometimes. Okay, Jackie, what makes a woman feel emotionally safe during hard seasons?
Loyalty, keeping the secrets to yourself until they figure it out.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd say.
You got to trust that this person that you're involved with is not going to sensationalize your problem for their own gain. You know what I mean? Like, oh, come here, I got some gossip. You should have heard what so and so. Like,
yeah,
keep
exactly.
It.
Keep it in there for you. Why do women isolate during relationship struggles?
Because it's embarrassing. Because here's the thing about divorce that I always said to people: it's failure, right? There's a failure in a marriage that ends. You failed at succeeding at the task. And you went into it thinking, I know my first marriage and I was young. I have nothing bad to say about my ex-husband. He's a nice guy. Just spent time with him. My son got married not that long ago. We're fine. I don't want to give that up. I was just too young to be mature enough for that. But my mom said to me before I got married, she's like, I don't think you should marry that guy. And I'm like, why? And she's like, because I think you'll outgrow him. And I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about, mother. You don't know anything about anything. So when that fell apart, I had to live not only with the failure of the marriage, is like, that's what my mom said would happen. So that is even more annoying because you don't want anybody to be right about something. So we isolate because we are embarrassed. We don't know what's going to happen. We're the only people I can tell you this, when you're in a divorce, you will feel like you're the only one going through it and you have these unique situations and nobody else has. Trust me, other people have been through it. Jackie has an interesting divorce story, and we know a girl, and she was telling us her story, and she kind of had her head down telling us, and I kept throwing my head over to Jackie, and I was like, this sounds like your life. They weren't exact, but they were very parallel to it. So
Mhm.
you're not the only one. This is not unique. Some woman has gone through what you're going through. You try to find some people that understand you. Okay, Jackie, what kind of support actually helps?
Supportive neutral sounding board rather than a relationship expert.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
There's a
Just
fine
listen.
line between it because you want to be neutral and then you want to be
Mhm.
supportive too. Because if you just say, well, I don't know, like it can also feel to me, at least when I was having this conversation yesterday, is like, am I supporting you or am I just like agreeing with you? And then you have to throw a little support in there once in a while, I feel like. Otherwise, they're like, so you think all that's true? And if you don't say, you'll survive, you'll live, you'll be okay, like some of that is not
'Cause
true
we're
or
not experts, we're
right. But you
this
have
is
to
what
give,
we went through,
yes,
so here's
yes.
what I can tell you, but it doesn't mean it'll work for you, but,
Right, 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 right,
here's
right.
my what I've been
Here's my
through.
2 cents. Here's my
Yeah.
2 cents on a $7,000 problem. Okay, you're next, Jack.
Have you ever realized someone was struggling before they admitted it?
Yeah, of course. I just said that. I'm perceptive.
Yeah,
It
and some still have not
no,
admitted it.
no. Some will till much later in life, and you'll be like, "Well, I could have saw that coming a while ago," but, you do whatever. Okay, why do women sometimes stay longer than people understand they should?
I
Kids.
don't Yeah, I'd say that. That's true.
Kids and the
Definitely.
failure of it, right? You get a mark on your record of, "No, I didn't complete that, like, that wasn't successful."
Well, yeah, because I come from a family that my grandparents lasted, my parents lasted, and I know they went through a lot of stuff. It's like I felt like, okay, I got to make it through everything too. That was in my
Right,
head also for my kids, for everything. And it was just
right,
like finally I came to a thing that I'm like, my boys are gonna end up being the same way, and they're gonna treat women like this. And I'm like, no, I
right.
can't let them treat women like this.
Right. And just
It's
good. I
just,
mean, you
mm-hmm.
saved a lot of heartache for them later down the line because they got out of a situation where they saw that. So that's good. Good for you,
Yeah,
Jackie.
yeah. What's the difference between support and enabling?
Well, support is when you support them. Enabling is when you help the crisis continue. I know that from addiction too. Like, yeah, you can enable people to stay in their addiction by supplying the things they're trying to get rid of or, being involved in it more than you do. So there's a fine line between support and enabling. You gotta really study that to make sure that you don't do it, and it is for me, especially as a person I am, because I wanna solve everybody's problems, I have to be careful in this one, because I'll take your problem on, and then I can enable you to be in that, so it's something to watch, it's something to study and make sure that you're not doing it 'cause it's easy to get sucked into it. Okay, Jackie, how do friendships help women survive emotionally?
Being there for them to talk, to cry, etc.
Yeah,
Vital emotional lifelines, a space for authentic self expression.
yeah. For sure. Again, women understand women better than men understand women, so I think that
Hmm.
they can help you, for sure. Okay, Jack, go.
What should you never say to a woman during a marital crisis?
Leave that son of a bitch home. I gotta hate him. I would
Giving
not say.
premature advice, taking sides, or passing judgment is what I
Yeah.
said. You're saying exactly.
Yeah. I'm saying the
He's a
line
dick.
exactly.
Leave his ass.
Oh my god, that guy's been such a dick. I can't believe you stayed married to that son of a bitch for that long. He is such
Get
an
off the
asshole.
fucking phone. Stop talking to him.
We're being honest,
He's not
y'all.
worth it.
These are things, yeah. You got to hold
She
back
has
your
said that to me before, people. That's why I'm quoting her to the exact
yes.
word.
This is when I was trying to get her to not ever date him. So anyway, shut your mouth. This is not the time for your opinions. Just be
Here
very
you go,
neutral if
Jen.
you
This one's
can.
for you.
All right.
What's one thing every struggling woman needs to hear?
Okay. I've got it. You can do this. You're strong enough. You don't need anybody. If you want to do this alone, we'll do it. Like strength. Give a girl some strength and tell her she's not alone in her problem. That is something a woman needs to hear because it can feel isolating and alone. Okay. I think the most powerful things women can do for each other is simply refuse to let another woman disappear inside her pain. not fix her, not control her, not force her. Just stay beside her while she finds her strength again. Because marital crisis changes a woman. It shakes her confidence, her identity, her sense of self, her sense of safety, sometimes even her ability to trust herself. In those moments, what matters most usually isn't advice. It's knowing that someone sees your pain and doesn't walk away from it. Real friendship says, I may not have all the answers, but you're not going through this alone. And honestly, sometimes that kind of support becomes the very thing that helps women survive long enough to find herself again. Because women are strong, but even strong women need somewhere safe to fall apart sometimes. If this episode hits you in the feels, we consider that a win.
Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your ride or die.
And when you're ready to make your friendship official, book your bestimony at rhinestoneweddingchapel.com.
Because the best love stories don't always come with a ring.
We stick together, ride or die to the moon, and no amount of space could ever come between us two. The reuniting's like we've never been apart, and every single time we're eye to eye and heart to heart. There's not enough words to describe what you mean to me. Through heartaches and ups and downs in this life, you've stayed right next to me. I vow to make you laugh till you cry and talk about everything under the moon. The definition of a best friend is you. And we'll keep dancing through the rain, forever connected. Same page, we're writing our story every day. We'll keep on growing, ever change.